Today I was going through some shitty YouTube content, as I like to do, and I decided to check in on a classic, our old friend ImJayStation.
I've done videos in the past about people who will make these like scary videos where they'll get attacked by killer clowns.
There are kids that actually believe this shit is real.
They were going to do an EVP session to try to communicate with Mac Miller, see if we can hear anything, see if we can actually communicate with him. Maybe he has a message for you guys. We're gonna light up the candles. This helps the spirits get attracted to the Ouija board. We're trying to contact XXX Tentacion. Bro, I'm sad too, bro. If you didn't feel like Etika did, you don't got depression, my dude.
In today's climate, one must look no further than YouTube to find some of the most wretched yet prominent manipulators of the past decade. In terms of YouTubers themselves, it's often the ones blinded by ego and self-importance that wield the most influence. And as we've all seen in the past, a desire for power can easily cloud judgment and skew morals, as many select personalities feel an intense desire to deceive their audience on their climb up the social ladder. This type of fervent crowd manipulation is nothing new, and can unfortunately be used to control the behavior and emotions of one's audience. Whether it's to manufacture feelings or to turn a profit, it's up to us to uncover the tactics used by these cretins as to not fall for them in the future. With one of the more infamous online manipulators going by the name of ImJayStation.
No, it's not. You know what, Jay? I think you're reading the wrong textbooks. You should probably go read the Bible.
I've read the Bible, Aiko.
Oh, really? And what does the Bible say? People want power? Jesus wanted power? Is that what it says in the Bible? Tell me that. Screenshot that to me and then show it to me.
Aiko, he has almost the whole entire world still repping his name. Okay?
Okay, but it doesn't mean that he...
I want, Aiko, that's exactly the same way they're trying to take out Jesus. They're trying to take out me. Okay, I'm like one of those dudes. If they wrote the Bible back then, they'd put me in it. I'm not even lying.
That you would be in the Bible?
I will definitely be in the Bible, Aiko.
But what have you done for people?
I'm entertaining them.
New developments tonight in the viral video prank known as the 24-hour challenge.
The man at the center of it says he's getting rich. The police, watching his online antics, say he's getting charged. In his latest challenge, JayStation, as he calls himself, claims to break into a house and spend the night there with a friend. While police believe this video is a hoax, his actions elsewhere are not.
If I get caught, he's not gonna call the police, all right? So.
He's getting a lot of attention again online for this.
Well, that he is. You know, he spent the night in the Bay, at TD Place, even a bowling alley. His antics are frustrating police, but making him money. Etier wouldn't agree to an interview, but over the phone told me, I was going to stop doing them, but I'm getting payments. I've gotten rich off this.
What's poppin', guys? Today I'm with my buddy Mo. We doing your dares today. We up in here at Walmart. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. We're gonna get it today.
JayStation is a Canadian creator who has dominated the YouTube clickbait game for quite some time, tapping into the crucial child demographic needed to gain the nearly 5.5 million subscriber fan base he so agonizingly gloats.
If you touch me, don't touch me.
Actually, you could be under arrest if you don't leave.
Getting himself involved with the police on a regular basis and cashing in on ill-famed challenges that notoriously struck the platform in late 2016. It's true that for the past 3 years, JayStation has consistently delivered some of the most high-quality, professional content you or I could ever imagine.
What's good? What's poppin'? Today I'm gonna be asking a bunch of random strangers if they've ever tried being gay. Hey, sir.
Yes.
How you doing? Good. I really don't normally do this, but you're extremely handsome. I'll just quick question. You ever tried being gay? Never tried being gay?
No.
Do you know if you're gay then?
Yeah, I know that I'm not.
You know you're not gay? But you never tried it. If you haven't tried it, I want to show you, and maybe you know, you like it.
ImJayStation, more like. Never mind. This little trend of all caps, in your face, best poop dollar prank ever clickbait propelled Jay into much desired notoriety. For better or for worse, Jay was able to get a lot of attention for the prank calling prostitutes, prank prostitutes, prank call type videos he would make. Because although they may have been a little contemptible in some eyes, they were still racking up clicks, at least for a channel his size. And really, it didn't take our friend long to find a perfectly suitable audience impressionable enough to take advantage of. See, with the rise of the 24-hour challenge came smooth sailing for our buddy Jay. 800,000 views, 1 million views, 4 million views, 5 million views. It was apparent to not only Jay that he had stumbled upon a gold mine. By clickbaiting the fuck out of his content, Jay was able to get the views he always desired. And with views came money. Lots of it, too.
Made like $2 million, bro. Multi-millionaire. I'm smarter than hell, bro.
With an audience heavily dominated by children, Jay quickly realized the massive influence he possessed, along with the abundant potential that came as a side effect of having such a gullible and naive fan base. That is until lovely Susan brought the hammer down.
The amount of money that I'm missing right now is humongous, alright guys? I just can't make videos. I just can't do it. And you guys need to let YouTube know if that pisses you off. Because it pisses me off, guys. That week suspension, it hurt me, man. Financially, that friggin' hurt me, man. I quit my job. I'm getting fined. YouTube won't let me monetize anything. I don't even know what's going on. It's like a whole conspiracy to like shut Jay down. Why, man? Why?
Some more dope.
Towards the end of 2016, ImJayStation's 400k sub channel fell victim to some false flagging, as he calls it, which resulted in rampant demonetization that both hindered his uploads and crippled his stream of income. Because, I guess uploading footage of yourself committing a crime to YouTube is a bad idea. But after just quitting his job to pursue YouTube full-time, Jay was forced to find his way around this little financial roadblock. So what did he do? Made a completely new channel that he's still active on today. Fully functioning and fully monetized. If there's a will, there's a way.
Hey, what's poppin', guys? We just made 100,000 subscribers on this new channel in under a day. So I just want to tell you guys, thank you for all the support on this. You guys really got me. Like, I was afraid if I got 0 subscribers, that'd be it. And you guys really showed support. I just want to remind you guys that only 5 of the 35 videos that I posted on my main channel were the only videos that the police were able to charge me on something.
Yeah, one thing I've learned from this fucker is you can't trust him as far as you can throw him. Everything he says should be questioned, seeing as he does manipulate children for a living. But according to the first video on his current channel, it was either the media or the police that contacted YouTube and flagged the 35 videos he had made, when he was only charged on 5 of them. Which, is still pretty significant.
You mean the world to me, guys. I'm gonna use all of my money to make the best YouTube videos, to make the most entertaining stuff for you guys. I'm gonna continue to do it because I love it. I love the support that you've given me. You guys have definitely shown me that you are here for me, and that means I'm forever here for you guys.
Though these minute trespassing charges would not deter our man from achieving his dream on his new channel. 3 a.m. The most unholy hour to make a video. At least in the eyes of many hypebeast clickbait channels from 2017, ImJayStation being one of them.
What's poppin', guys? Back with another 3 a.m. challenge. I'm with my boy ImJayStation TV. This is a demonic satanic ritual, guys. This one involves summoning the devil. This is very dangerous. Do not try this at home.
The 3 a.m. challenge is probably one of the lowest forms of entertainment to ever ravage the platform. You know, calling my deceased grandfather at 3 a.m., calling my wife's boyfriend at 3 a.m., calling Black Santa at 3 a.m. Yeah, that last one was real, actually.
Whoa, what the hell? It's all smoky. What the hell? I see someone. Whoa, whoa. Ho, 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 nigga.
It's shit, okay? It's really, really shit. But not to children. Kids love these videos like you wouldn't believe, simply because it piques their interest. It's framed as this edgy, taboo content your mom wouldn't let you watch. And to a kid, that shit is gnarly, man. I remember binging those totally real ghost sighting videos as a kid, thinking it was just the coolest thing in the world. Hell, I'd probably be watching ImJayStation too if I were 9. And an idiot. Kids don't know better. They're incredibly loyal and will click just about any piece of dog shit you happen to plop out. Which is something Jay already realizes and should probably take into consideration when he pretends to buy literal slaves off the dark web.
Actual slaves that people can buy to do everything for them, guys. Obviously, I do not support slavery at all, guys. So tonight we are going to buy one of these slaves.
Yeah, I mean, Jay hates slavery so much, he's willing to funnel pools of money into human trafficking so he can have his very own family. An entirely normal thing to put on the internet, wouldn't you say?
Oh my god, guys, this is freaking insane.
It's you.
He's grinning. Oh my god, Ahmed, this is insane.
The idea of Jay asking his only black friend to play a slave in his stupid ass YouTube video really does help me sleep at night. Jay's pattern of manipulation far outreaches shallow clickbait meant to fool the most gullible of children, however. You see, Jay is completely deprived of any creative abilities whatsoever. He is a talentless shill in every sense of the word. So to make up for it, he's forced to rely on nonsensical stories to gain even a sliver of support from his audience. Which I guess would be fine had it not been for his shameless attempts at passing it off as reality.
This is not a joke for YouTube.
I wish it was, but I really felt fear for my life. Let me tell you guys what happened. They come in the house, I was sitting here, they run up on me, they just punch me in the face. They choke me out, push me against this wall. I struggle around. I end up on here. Look, there's blood all up on here. They're beating the fuck out of me right there. Eventually, I went unconscious, tried to escape. I ran over here. There's blood all on my couch.
I guess somehow in the midst of this little struggle, all 3 guys happened to beat Jay perfectly asymmetrically on the left side of his head, knocking him out unconscious a slew of times. Which, you know, totally happens in real fights.
They fucked me up again. Start going unconscious and shit. They're fucking me up here. They're holding a knife on me. Where's the knife? Anyway, they held a knife on me. Here's the knife. They held this shit on me. They said they're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me. Where's the money? Where's the Rolex?
Of course, the police left all of the evidence behind for Jay to play with. I mean, according to him, this entire vlog was shot after he got back from the hospital, meaning he would have been required to explain what happened in detail.
I'm gonna tell you guys after I roll this clip that I filmed right after I got back from the hospital, guys. I went straight to the fucking police, bro. What the fuck am I supposed to do, man?
The cops would have already deemed his house a crime scene before he would be given the chance to film it, but hey, I guess the details don't matter when you're monetizing a fake home invasion. Ignore the skeptics and get that bag, King.
I don't want to have to make this video. I don't want this to happen again. I am literally scared of my own house.
My guess is that he either got involved in a real accident whilst filming another Oscar-winning piece of cinema and just decided to turn it into content, or he's wearing makeup and lied about the entire thing, which again is perfectly in reason for someone who literally lies as a career.
I'm on the top floor of a really nice place on a golf course. It's looking nice. Okay, it's looking nice. It's a lot better than the hell that I used to call home.
Hey, remember that time he got arrested at Disney World and threatened the security guards by saying how important and powerful he was? Even though he was filming at security checkpoint and was repeatedly asked to turn cameras off? Good shit. Not as good as his Ouija board videos on dead celebrities, though. If you've already heard of ImJayStation, chances are it's because of videos like these, where he takes advantage of the passing of a celebrity like Mac Miller or XXXTentacion by making grossly insensitive Ouija board videos capitalizing on their death. I shouldn't even have to explain why this is shameless, grotesque, and utterly irredeemable.
Drug addiction is a serious problem, guys. Something has to change. Were you sad about Ariana Grande? I don't know if that's Mac Miller.
Yeah, you have to be fucking kidding me, man. ImJayStation is all of YouTube's worst traits just balled up into one person.
What the hell?
Jassy? J-A-N? What the hell? What was that again?
It's become such a joke in the community that this guy is gonna hop on every recent celebrity death reviews because honestly, it's definitely not outside the realm of possibility when you have videos like these.
What's poppin', guys? I just got back from the middle of nowhere in an insane asylum. I checked Twitter right now and I saw the most horrific news I've ever seen, man. Honestly, guys, and it comes from comments on my YouTube channel telling me, Jay, you better not do the Ouija board on Etika.
In June 2019, immediately after Etika's passing, Jay made the video I think most people at the time were anticipating. Contacting Etika Ouija board challenge. Only it wasn't a Ouija board challenge at all. It was a shameless attempt to capitalize on Etika's death by riding in on a high horse and morally looking down on the people who clickbait suicide. So, you know, exactly what he's doing.
Hell no, I'm not gonna do the Ouija board on Etika, bruh. If you're not donating to Etika or his family or mental health when you're tweeting about it, or you're making a YouTube video about it, you're doing it for attention, bro. So when you're gonna get mad at me for the Ouija board, you're doing the same shit. It's for attention. Who cares about the ads, bro? You think this YouTuber with 4 million subscribers care about $500 from a YouTube video? You don't really care, though. You're just doing it for attention, bro. Look, man, I almost died like a week ago, bro.
I don't even think he had a coherent goal for this one either. I think he just wanted to take advantage of Etika's passing in a way that didn't seem so insufferable, only he failed miserably.
Etika really jumped off a bridge, bro. This is not for no YouTube. It wasn't part of his act, bro. It was a real deal, bro. This happens to people. Not only just big YouTubers, it happens to everybody. These YouTubers are doing this, making 5 different videos about being depressed. Bro, I'm sad too, bro. But I'm not about to say I got depression, dude. Because you know what, man? If you didn't feel like Etika did, you don't got depression, my dude. You don't got depression. You're doing it for attention. So next time you sad, suck it up, bruh.
I can't even give him the benefit of the doubt by donating $2,500 to charity because the video is still fully monetized with links to his merch right in the fucking description. He's still exploiting suicide despite his callous attempts at raising awareness for mental health. Leave it to ImJayStation, the literal cum stain of YouTube, to speak on behalf of those suffering from depression. Trying to paint yourself as a decent human being while riding the wave of every high-profile death you deem profitable enough. I hope you know I'm being 1000% sincere when I tell you to go fuck yourself.
I'm asking anybody of you, if you're watching me right now, to donate to Etika. I'm gonna put the link in the description. And hell yeah, I put ads on this shit, and it's all going to Etika, bruh. Hashtag no bitch niggas.
But speaking of monetized, this video definitely isn't, which is why we're sponsored by Raycon. I've been using these stylish yet seamlessly discreet earbuds consistently for the past few months, and they still sound better than ever. Whether I'm falling asleep to my favorite music or consuming some of the greatest cinema YouTube has to offer, Raycon always gets the job done. And I wouldn't say that if it weren't true. These things actually sound just as amazing as any other top brand on the market. market. Their latest model, E25, is one of their best yet, with 6 hours of playtime, flawless Bluetooth pairing, and a nice noise-isolating fit, with a variety of sick, nasty colors, too. Go to buyraycon/Jaubrey to get 15% off your order, link in the description below. So just J Aubrey without the space, basically. Massive thanks to the fine people at Raycon for feeding me another week. Wouldn't want to die of starvation and risk of this little rodent making a Ouija board challenge on me. Speaking of, let's get into something a little more tasteless.
I never wanted to make a video like this, ever. But last night we lost Alexia.
On January 26, 2020, Jay found himself embroiled in criticism after publicly admitting to faking his girlfriend's death and attempting to contact her from beyond the grave, lazily conducting a seance for views and money.
You guys know my girlfriend Alexia just passed away in a tragic accident, guys.
ImJayStation isn't the brightest crayon in the box, so the stunt itself was hardly convincing to anyone with a half-functioning brainstem. But that didn't stop him from exploiting the emotions of naive fans in an attempt to promote his garbage second channel dream team that he shared with his girlfriend Alexia. Their conjoined channel featured videos the two had made together, vlogs, challenges, I don't even really know, seeing that the entire channel has since been completely wiped. But regardless, this little prank probably would have gone a little smoother if Jay's relationship hadn't been crumbling behind the scenes, as the couple would insinuate over the course of about 5 or 6 separate videos. I don't even know at this point, I've lost count. But before we go too deep, let's take it from the top.
Last night around 11 p.m., I got a call from her parents. Last night we lost Alexia. To a drunk driver, guys.
Now, why he had to make it a drunk driving accident, I have no idea. Maybe just because it sounds more real, though going for something that could hit rather close to home for some viewers, it doesn't seem like the morally superior route to me. I think it's pretty clear at this point where Jay's terrible intentions lie. He pretty much just pretends to cry for the duration of the video, wiping tears from his eyebrows before uploading a second video only a day later, visiting the supposed memorial site for Alexia. Now, this video is just stupid, because at this point, he's still trying to pass the incident off as real. You'd think he'd be smarter than to reveal the location of the accident, which would allow room for internet detectives like Critical and some ordinary gamer to swoop in and disprove whatever idiotic claim he's trying to make. But this is the guy who plastered mud to the bottom of his shoe and started stamping it around the room to construct a crudely planned home invasion, so I guess I'm expecting too much.
Oh my god, she must have crashed into the sign.
You're the boyfriend. You would know every detail of the accident if it ever happened. You're not even trying.
Look at this, she loved animals.
But we still didn't have confirmation that any of this was fake. Maybe she did die, and maybe he really is this insensitive. God knows it hasn't stopped him before. But the fact that all of this did turn out to be orchestrated for views almost makes it even worse, in my opinion.
A ton of you guys actually been commenting on my videos to talk to her on the Ouija board, guys. A lot of you guys just want to hear one last thing from her, guys. So do I. What? What is it?
Bro!
What?
Is that a kiss?
No.
Bro, I swear on my life you have a kiss on your cheek right now.
No.
I swear on my life, Jay. I'm not even tripping. Come check in the mirror right now.
Jay ended up taking the 3 videos down, not because he wanted to, not because he realized the intense gravity of what he was peddling to children, but because he had to. Or else Alexia's parents were going to the news and telling everyone that their daughter was alive and well, and that this slimeball was merely capitalizing off the idea that she had been murdered by a drunk driver.
She woke up at around 8 a.m. when I just posted the video, and she said she just got off the phone with her dad, and her dad's yelling at her. He wants me to say to the world that it was just a prank. Alexia's not really dead. Or he was gonna go to the news and tell everybody that Alexia wasn't dead.
There also appeared to be a warrant for his arrest, so, you know, you could say his hands were a little tied.
I expected all this to stay on YouTube. Alexia was never dead at all.
Now, this was the point where he admitted that he and Alexia were not together anymore. And being the woman who had been there for him to help make just about every video for the past 5 months, that was a pretty big deal. The story, though, it does get a little hard to follow, so please just try and stick with me here. After Alexia filed the assault claim against her boyfriend, she fled to Ottawa with her mother and uncle in an attempt to get as far away as possible from Jay. He retaliated that night with a video that I guess was meant to expose Alexia. Wasn't really defending himself in any way, wasn't really owning up to any of his mistakes, but rather saying everything he could to try and smear Alexia up, down, and center.
By the way, guys, like, she was down to make these videos with me. Like, she was nervous. Well, I told her it didn't matter. I go onto my laptop, she deleted videos that we recorded together on my laptop. She did all that when I was sleeping. I was just kissing this girl. I woke up. She said she would be there. She's gone. I delete the videos. Then she go into the police and tell her I assaulted her with a weapon and now I have warrants on my arrest. I try to help her build a career for herself, make hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars. Why did I deserve this? Why did I deserve this?
I don't care what kind of idiotic excuses you have for us, Jay. This video is pathetic, and you're pathetic. It really shouldn't even be necessary to come clean about something like this, but because your audience already has a tough enough time telling truth from reality, I guess you were kind of backed into a corner. Though turning your fans against Alexia didn't really work out, seeing as she was quick to fire back with her own video taking aim at Jay.
Are really confused as to what's going on right now between me and Jay. So I was in Ottawa at one point, I think for my grandma's funeral, and then I came back, and then Jay tells me that him and Ahmed had this idea, and immediately I was super uncomfortable. I did not think it was okay, especially since lots of you guys are younger. I didn't help him with these videos because I was okay with the stunt or because I wanted these videos to go out. I only helped him out of fear.
Of course, it should be duly noted that Jay initially downloaded and re-uploaded her own video to their joint channel Dream Team, where he then proceeded to claim her video and steal all of the ad revenue. Still making her out to be the bad guy, of course, when he struck back with another Alexia exposed video. This time she has devil horns, so you know she's bad.
I don't really appreciate you talking shit about me to my fans after I try to help you succeed.
I have no fans, except young kids who are delusional.
If it wasn't for my fans, she wouldn't have any subscribers at all, and she completely disrespects my fans. She calls them delusional, stupid, everything.
I mean, is she wrong, or?
Alexia is literally trying to ruin my life right now, guys. Imagine waking up in the morning and your girlfriend is just gone. She breaks up with you, not only without even telling you, but without even texting you about it.
Oh yeah, you mean like the time you made a video about her dying and didn't tell her or her family until you absolutely had to? If anything, this video just incriminates him more. He confirms that he hasn't been paying Alexia to help him with videos, despite shoveling money to this meatball for doing the exact same job. According to Alexia, she even helped him with some of the editing, so the tired justification of,
like, if I had a successful restaurant business and then I get a girlfriend, I'm not gonna give them 50% of the restaurant's money it makes. She's just supposed to be my girlfriend. A girlfriend is supposed to help her boyfriend succeed and want them to do well.
just boils down to a lame attempt at an excuse, doesn't it?
I have this one fan that's been my fan for like ever. Her name is J Angel on Instagram. She was actually jealous of me talking to this girl. I said, why are you jealous of a 14-year-old girl who's been my fan for the last 3 years? All of her pictures on her Instagram are of me. She's a real fan of me. She likes me a lot, and I appreciate my fans. I don't think it's right for this girl to tell me to unfollow my fans.
Wow, here's a thought. Maybe she didn't want you talking to a literal child? Because you did fly out to Texas in 2017 to meet a fan a decade younger than you, you let her stay in your hotel even though she was forced to stay up the whole night in fear of what you might do to her while she was asleep.
Originally, I had met him through, like I mentioned, Scrubs and Ahmed. And basically we, I was fans of them with their collabing videos and all the videos they did about, like, jokes and stuff. I was confused. I was like, you're really gonna come and see me? He's like, yeah, like, we bonded over text, like, you're my friend. And I'm like, oh, I guess I was just really, really starstruck. The 3 videos we did were in like a 2-day span. So I did spend the night that one night, but like I told you, nothing happened. He slept on the couch, but I made sure to stay up all night because I was paranoid. I wasn't sure what he was going to do. It was 2017, so yeah, I was 17.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a pretty innocuous relationship to me, man.
It really does feel like my new home. I just really don't want to leave Texas now.
Stay.
Yeah, I want to stay, but maybe I'll come back. I don't know.
Yeah, come back and move in, and then like you could just kind of like chill with me like 24/7.
Yeah.
Like look at this, I'm with him.
Yeah, like what? Kayla, I'll be back.
Oh my god.
I'll be back.
I know.
I'm not gonna leave forever.
When will you come back to me?
She don't want me to leave. I don't want to leave. I'm gonna go back to my hotel later. I'm gonna be so sad because I live like so far away. Like
so far, it's too far.
It's too far away, guys.
I'll move to Canada for you.
Are you gonna move?
I can try.
Yo, your boyfriend's gonna watch this shit.
I don't give a f.
She really likes me, so.
He's my man.
Good thing that's a completely normal and fine thing for a YouTuber like yourself to say to a 17-year-old fan, right? Forget the fact that Jay consistently surrounds himself with people younger than him, likely because they're easier to manipulate into doing his bidding. In his own words, he hasn't done anything wrong.
A couple days ago about Alexia, I did nothing disrespectful to her at all. There is a lot of things that she has done that is super bad that I didn't bring up because I don't think it's right to bring up private stuff in front of thousands and thousands of people.
I like how he isn't even trying to make himself look like a quote-unquote good person because he knows he isn't one, which is why he resorts to ripping into Alexia as much as he possibly can.
How could I be with a girl who tries to actually put fake charges on me? I have actual arrest warrant for my arrest for something I didn't do with a max penalty of 10 years in prison. She doesn't want me to do YouTube at all.
Neither do we, so. You can try and make it seem like she's ruining your life or whatever, but at the end of the day, ImJayStation, you have caused far more turmoil in Alexia's life than she has yours. And to make matters worse, she isn't the only one.
What would you do if I paid your ex-boyfriend 10 G's to come and expose me with you? Or expose you with me?
Go ahead and do it.
Over the course of this entire debacle, skeptics have begged a few burning questions. And rightfully so, there's still parts of the story that don't add up. The fact that both the Ottawa and Toronto police departments denied there being a warrant for Jay's arrest, despite Jay and Alexia both claiming otherwise. The notion has been thrown around that perhaps Jay and Alexia planned this entire fallout for views, just so they could promote each other's brands. But given the information that we have at the time of me recording this, I don't think that's the case. Partly because I don't think either of them are smart enough to concoct something this complicated on their own, but mainly because Jay was later arrested and charged with assault, which we'll get into in a second. But even if he were devious enough to manufacture views and outrage at this level, the parallels between Alexia's claims and the claims of another one of his ex-girlfriends, Aiko, are just too striking to write off.
He made assumptions saying that I don't know, just everything to him meant cheating. I wasn't allowed to see my family. I wasn't allowed to come back to Toronto.
He actually told me that I could live with him in Toronto if I wanted to. My dad is really sick right now, so the thought of being decently far away from him made me really nervous. But I was like, okay, it's fine. It's only a 4-hour train or a 4-hour drive or like an hour plane.
Am I allowed to come home weekly, at least on the weekends, to come see my family? He said, no, that seems like you're cheating.
And because Jay has no friends, he wanted me to have no friends. He deleted all my contacts in my phone, wouldn't even allow me to talk to my very best friends since I was a child. He didn't like it when I would talk to my family and never even let me go home to see my family.
I'm sorry that you don't understand how much I love my family and how much I'm willing to be there for them.
One of the first warning signs of a manipulative partner in a relationship is when the party in question begins their attempts at isolating you from the rest of your loved ones. This is a pattern that remains consistent in both Alexia and Aiko's stories. Despite some initial trepidation, Jay eventually convinced Alexia to move cross-country with him, away from her sickly father who was, and still is to my knowledge, in desperate need of a kidney transplant, in the same way that Aiko wasn't allowed to go home to see her family. This gives gives the abuser more leverage over the entire relationship. Someone who may possess a thirst for power would be quicker to exhibit this type of behavior. And as we've already established, Jay doesn't take kindly to his influence being questioned. Controlling partners tend to come equipped with a slew of paranoid-induced insecurities. The unreasonable fear of their partner cheating on them can only do so much as to fuel these fears and perpetuate the unhealthy behaviors said partner seeks to escape. Jay was always on edge, according to both Alexia and Aiko. They were going to cheat on him, that they were going to do something to betray his trust. These worries didn't appear to be grounded in reality either, which is what would lead to more irrational rules set by Jay in the future.
Jay decided to take my phone and look through every single message I had on my text, every single message on my Instagram, on my Twitter. Even though these messages weren't even bad and were from years before I even met Jay, Jay still thought that because of these messages, I was gonna cheat on him. Jay told me that he does not want me to have Instagram, he does not want me to have Facebook, he does not want me to have Snapchat. He wanted to completely erase all of my social media.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Trust is such a vital part of a relationship, and if you can't trust your partner to even own a social media account, I think that says way more about you than your partner. Oh yeah, he also leaked Aiko's number and asked everyone to dislike her video on Twitter. The former should technically be enough to kick him off Patreon, the latter just being a dick move that he seems to go back on in his Alexia video.
I want to start out by saying I'm sorry to Alexia's family for putting them through any hard times, stress about the death of their daughter.
Good, I guess. People don't realize just how hard it is for someone to simply walk away from an abuser, especially when their worth is being diminished every single day. Maybe they stick around out of fear, or maybe it's because they've simply grown accustomed to the way things are, which is perhaps even more tragic to consider. But regardless, Jay would have you believe otherwise, that Alexia was on board for all of the videos they worked on, specifically the ones where they faked her death.
She tries to trick you guys into thinking that she wanted nothing to do with her dying, the Ouija board videos, none of that. That is the furthest from the truth. We heard a voice while we were playing with the Ouija board.
Bro, I'm super freaked out by this. What do you want to ask her this time? I don't know. Okay.
Here's the video of her actually giving me her voice to use in that video.
You just whisper it?
You're so annoying.
I'm not.
Sure.
Can you whisper it? This is the last thing I have to do.
She was 100% down with these videos.
Yeah, rolling your girlfriend over at 3 in the morning and forcing her to record a line for your nauseatingly stupid video really does prove your point there. But it's not just the mental and emotional manipulation that transcends both of his ex's testimonies, no. It's the physical side that stands out to me the most. According to both Alexia and Aiko, Jay has always had a belligerent side, namely referring to phones, I guess. It's the only weapon his tiny pipe cleaner arms can hold, I imagine.
There's a lot of things that happened behind the scenes that y'all don't know. I was waiting for the police to do something about it because Jay actually went physical on me in Yorkdale Mall. Security cameras caught it.
And that's not even talking about his criminal past and who this person really is. By the way, if any of you guys were expecting him to do a meetup in the US, he's actually banned from traveling to the United States, so you can forget about that. And based on his violent history, I've decided to get a restraining order to protect myself.
Not even counting all the emotional abuse that Jay gave to me throughout our relationship of 5 months, Jay assaulted me on 2 separate occasions. One time he literally threw and whipped an iPhone at my face, and then the second time he grabbed me off the couch and threw me to the ground.
What am I gonna do to you though?
What do you mean? What you did before? Hit me, throw shit at me, or push me and throw shit at me.
But you're already gone. I couldn't hit you or anything if you're gone already.
But he has been known to resort to bursts of violence when he feels threatened, which is why Alexia was able to build the courage to turn his ass into the Toronto police. On February 5th, ImJayStation was charged with assault with a deadly weapon and subsequently thrown behind bars for what I imagine was a brief period of time, seeing as he still managed to squeeze in a few uploads since then. Better rack up some more dough before that court appearance in March, Jay. You and I both know the grind never stops, and evidently, neither do manipulative habits and abusive cycles, at least according to your last 2 girlfriends.
Are you that fucking psychotic? You're fucking psycho. You are honest to God crazy.
I've been a good person to you, Alexia.
You're a trash human being. Look online. Everyone says shit about you. Everybody hates you, Jay. Everybody hates you.
ImJayStation is an incurable disease festering on the backside of the beast we call YouTube.
1 like equals 1 prayer for Alexia.
The personification of every negative stereotype that comes to mind when you hear the term YouTuber. Yet his scum-filled traits far surpass his hideous, exploitative content, spilling over into his private relationships and poisoning the lives of anyone who makes the mistake of affiliating with him. The problem is, his success is largely attributed to an audience too young to understand the magnitude of his actions. It's true the egregious behavior of ImJayStation goes over the heads of the very people keeping his career alive, which is why the only way to combat his shameless conduct is by spreading the word and getting the message out that ImJayStation is a menace to the platform and all who inhabit it.
Literally every comment was saying to call my dead girlfriend on FaceTime at 3 a.m. So tonight, J Nation, we are calling my dead girlfriend at 3 a.m. guys. I'm really freaking scared to do this.
Apparently she's been found dead in her house today. I've got Caroline's Flack's number off the internet, so I'm going to ring in that number, seeing if it's actually true, seeing if she's dead or alive.
Make sure you watch through the whole video, guys, because I'm actually going to try and FaceTime Kobe.
Look at me, of course I'm gay. Come on, Jay.
Keep on, keep on.